Hello, everybody. We are back. It is finally time to get some Grupo Senju Copa America de SA here in the broadcast. It has been finally a long time of teams getting their tryouts, getting their players, doing their trials, and everything to just get everything ready and active to jump into the Copa America season yet again. We have a beautiful show match happening today. We have Team Dominican Republic. I should get my flag. I forgot to get my flag for this one. We have Team DR versus Honduras, of course, returning here for the Copa America. DR is their very first time ever being represented in the Copa America, and it's gonna be very exciting as this is not only just a show match, but also, of course, an official show match, but also a chance for some of the Dominican players to try out for the team officially. So it's a little bit of a 2-for-1 deal here. However, big shout outs to Honduras for agreeing to, do a show match with us Dominicans. So with that being said, I am currently in lobby. I'm watching them run it down. We are going to go over to Ilios first. We are, of course, running the Face It map pool. If you're familiar with it, it is loser's choice of the next maps. Of course, first map is always going to be Control, and I think DR did choose Ilios for this one. We're also doing bans. Everything is allowed here. I do believe that Demon, as she has now been released officially, is also up for grabs to be played in the show match. Now, I will say she is a little bit buggy right now, so I'm not really sure how confident our tank players are going to want to play Demon here. On top of that, we have a 2-hour block. This show match will go on for 2 hours, making this an unofficial best of 7 first to 4 series. Of course, it's all for fun. This is, again, a show match, so it is just a match to have our players showcase what they can bring to the table for their respective teams in the Copa America. So I am looking at the chat right now. It does look like we are going to get our bans already. First ban going to be the Cassidy from the Dominican Republic, and then from Honduras, they are going to ban the Jetpack Cat. Listen, y'all know Jetpack Cat, especially on Ilios Ruins, on Well, on Lighthouse, all of the above. She needs to get spayed. She needs to get away from that map. I hate playing against her. Most teams hate playing against her on that map anyway. She is the most popular ban on Ilios for a reason as of late, not just in Copa America so far, but also in the Face It League, as well as OWCS. Everywhere you see, she is going to be banned, usually on an Ilios map. Maneva, why is that? Why are we banning Cat on Ilios? Have you seen Cat Bastion? Have you seen Cat Cassidy? Where have you been? Where have you been? Oh, the patch notes, forget about it. They buffed her. They buffed her in the patch notes as well, so we're going to see her get banned here. The Cassidy also makes a lot of sense. Even with or without the Cat, Cassidy also got a couple of adjustments going his way favorably for Cassidy, so he is also very much a favorite pocket already for a lot of his camp players, and this is why you're going to see Cassidy also be banned out here wholeheartedly. Deadeye, Flying Deadeye in general, the Piercing Gun that Silver Bullet did not get touched, by the way, which is insane. But Cass did get a brand new minor perk, I believe, where his roll now gives him an increased movement speed for X amount of seconds after he rolls, which is a big problem that I've always mentioned about Cassidy, especially if he's playing into a diva composition, a ball composition, or a full dive composition, is he's great in 1v1s. Put him up against a Tracer, a Sombra, a Genji, I'll bet on him 9 times out of 10. 100%. However, when it's a Tracer and a Genji and a Diva and a Kiriko and a Lucio, it's like, all right, man, I have one roll and I gotta pick a god and pray for this one. So, once more, to reiterate the bans, Dominican Republic do ban Cassidy. Oh, actually, yeah, DR bans Cassidy. Honduras bans Cat. We are going to go straight into the map, so we should be transitioning into Ilios and seeing exactly which sub-map we're going to be loading in on. It is going to be Ruins first. I already see a little bit of a idea of what each team wants to play. Of course, Team DR is on the left, blue side. Team Honduras is on the right side. And there's a little bit of a hint. I did see a little bit of ball coming out from Pambi. I did see a little bit of Reaper. I saw a couple of hints of ideas of compositions that we are going to see from these guys here. So, going on to Ruins, this is the map that I think would be really beneficial for any of your hit scans to pull out a Widowmaker if they have one in the back pocket. If they don't, That's fine, baby girl. Just play Sojourn at that point, you know? The DPS role has become, I feel like, so hyper focused on being the playmaker. You know, your Sojourn's rail shots, your Sojourn's overclocks, your Cassies, your Tracers. I mean, it really has become the DPS show of things versus looking towards your tank or your supports to really make those plays. You want your tank to kind of be the one to disrupt or soak up a lot of that extra damage output. You want your supports to stabilize and to make sure they don't, you know, they kill their life. On the screen right now, we have one ball composition versus one Malga composition. Malga, another character who is so strong at the moment here. We do have one disconnect. Iggy is going to get disconnected here upon loading out of the spawn room. So we're probably going to go either just take a little chill pill, wait for our flex support to come back into the game. And there they are. So for Honduras, they are running with Cell FL22. We have Daniel, we have Migster, we have I Hate Widow, and we have Karma. These are, of course, people who have played on Team Honduras for in the past, of course. And then for Team DR, we have Pambi, we have Iggy the Dog, as I did mention, Silly, Benito Ismo, and Clyde. 22 Imo. That's what. Oh, girl. Let's work on the Spanish real quick. The Malga comes in from Cell. DR are looking to try to play more of a dive composition. Pambi goes all the way up and around, goes for the Sojourn. Power drives on the high ground, looks for the Lucio, who's so low, but I Hate Widow barely stabilizes, gets back to that mini room for safety. But Daniel with the first kill onto an unsuspecting Sombra, a double kill from the Sojourn, now looking to be died by that Wrecking Ball. Daniel, the Void dying early, or dying late, if you will, against Pambi. And unfortunately, it can't really say much the same for Iggy. Iggy dies really late in that engagement to Cell, and then Karma finds one onto 22. So that's going to be a really good start here for Team Honduras in the best of 7. However, not the end of the world. I think the biggest thing here when you are playing against a ball composition is just to be as stalwart in your mental as possible. Hack comes out onto the Malga. Clyde backs up a little bit here. Does get revealed, but not too shabby. Pambi goes in for a power driver onto Lucio once again. Forces out the Suzu early on. Then retreats. Goes in, piles in against the Lucio once more. Backline being harassed by the ball, both of which are now disengaging from the fight, allowing Clyde to get the first kill onto Tracer here. We're chilling. Good patience. The Hack is disconnected from I Hate Widow, but I do see the slam from the Malga. But it's not really much forward momentum we can really take here as the side of Team Honduras. Love the slam. Lucio barely able to stay alive, but there's a kill onto I Hate Widow. Reversal of the fact coming in from Daniel. Finding a rush shot onto Silly. I love the rushing from Karma, as it's going to be Team Honduras once more. Finding a really great way to turn what could have been a really bad fight into a good one. 70% of the point pretty much in favor of Honduras in the best of 7. It don't matter. We have 2 hours to kill, so we're going to kill it. Overclocks already. One overclock from Daniel, the other one not going to be even closer, but Sal dies early to the opposing Sombra. Here comes a minefield on the objective, forces up the TP from the other Kiriko, and DR should be able to get a sneaky flip here. They get Meekster out of the way, and they sure do. But you guys both know, 0 to 89%, that's going to be a difficult one to regain. The ball rolling in from the back onto the entire field, rolls right back out, and that's a good awareness of ball players going right back in and out. Overclock from Daniel on the high ground, getting pelted by the ball, and there goes Pambi with a with a down a pile driver onto the Sojourn. Wonderfully done. They're holding Honduras back. DR needs to be able to hold on to not just this awareness of ball players going right back in and out. Overclock from Daniel on the high ground, getting pelted by the most here because of the fact that we are having that rush advantage. But you are walking into a cage fight. You're walking into a Lucio sound barrier. Pambi's in the backline, by the way. Kind of harassing them in the spawn room. So even though the Malga goes to the point, it doesn't really matter, because the entire team died right behind Cell's face. Whoa, Meekster with a little bit of a flip underneath the noses of DR. All right, it's back 97% now to 54%. Minefield already online here for Pambi, pretty much. Pulls onto who? Onto the floor. Overclock from Silly. Everyone's leaving. No one wants to even fight the Soldier. We gotta go for a touch, and there it is. Cage fight and Minefield both on the field here. Love the sound barrier coming in from I Hate Widow, but you're down your Tracer. You gotta go for a retouch during overtime. Lucio goes down. Nice power driver from Pambi once more. Karma Hack has the Continue Rush. Gonna invest it in the fight for Team Honduras. But there goes a slam onto the Kiriko. TP's right back out. Iggy finds a kill for themselves onto the opposing Karma. And it's just leaving the Malga for last. Love the hack there. Love the cohesion of Team DR. Now they have gotten the point right back in their favor. And the best part, guys, is that they got the Continue Rush and the Sound Barrier out. And the Pulse Bomb and the Cage Fight. Absolutely amazing. Listen, this is a good opportunity for Team DR. All they have to do is hold on to this lead as long as they possibly can. Clyde about to have an EMP ready for themselves as well. As long as we don't die early, we should be able to get this off without a hitch. Hack completes, connects onto the Sojourn. Daniel in nowhere's for where 1 HP. EMP comes out onto 3 members of Team Honduras. Sound Barrier from Vendido also comes through. Point is being contested again, I think by Meekster, but they're more focused. They are more focused on finishing the fight strong by taking care of Karma. Hack onto Lucio. There goes I Hate Widow. And it's just a Malga left, I believe so. And the Tracer. Team DR, they're cleaning house. It's the Sojourn coming in with a Hail Mary overclock, but Daniel needs to go to the point, power driver in the face, and that's going to be Team DR with the point on the board. Oh, I had no bias. I had no bias. I have no bias. Don't worry. I have no bias. But we got a point. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying we got a point. And that was a point that I do think is the most difficult to play that ball composition on. I mean, there's a reason why Honduras was able to get, what, 97% of the point pretty much in total before DR did flip it. So that's something to take note of. The point that Honduras' comp works the best on was not the point they won on. So that's where we're also going to see the side of Dominican Republic not change anything around. Silly's going to go over to Tracer instead. Excuse me. And Clyde is going to go to a different flex DPS. Off the Symmetra after TP, goes back over to the Sombra. Cell swaps over to Hazard. Now, this is going to be an interesting one. Hazard on this sub-map, a lot better. The dive here is just going to be a lot better going into Lighthouse and Well, for example. But how well can you play your dive against a ball composition? Well, that's the real question of the day. The hack connects on to the Lucio. Now looking for the Sojourn, rolling around in the cage. Suzu comes through, but Karma has no other cooldowns. You see how naked that Kiriko is without the Suzu, without Swift Step. Daniel fighting for their life, but it's gonna be Ventido with a double kill really on the Kiriko and the Sojourn. The point. There you go. There you go. DR starting off very, very strong here. 4% already in the favor of mi gente. Venture from Meekster, but Karma dies early to Clyde. Love the boop attempt there from I Hate Widow, but Pambi's in a little bit of a rough spot. Has to roll to safety. Keeps getting booped around, but there's a hack onto Lucio while Pambi makes the grand escape back to the team. Oh, there goes my Tracer. Power driver onto the Kiriko and Lucio, separating them a tiny bit here. Can they find a kill? No, but Pambi needs to get out of there. And while it's happening, 22 again with a kill onto the Hazard of all people. Ooh, nice scout onto the trait on the Somber, but there's no direct kill there. Power driver onto Daniel. I think Honduras needs to reset here. They can't keep forcing out an engagement. They can't do it. They cannot do it. They need to reset because the longer they take these one-off fights, these 1v1s, trying to stagger onto the point, the less time they're going to have to actually regroup on the objective. The server closed with an unexpected error. Dime. Karma sent me. Dime, no. They are one up. Yo. Okay. They get past So they're trying to figure out right now, what do we do? Because the server did close, and there has been a couple of server issues as of late, with Blizzard. I mean, I had a comp game reset on itself. Listen, if the teams are okay with giving that one to DR, scene bias, scene bias. I'm just saying, I think that's okay. I think DR pretty much proved their point that they likely would have won on Ilios from round 1 into round 2. So yes, they're gonna give DR that point. Honduras is going to they're going to get the map and the first ban. And like I said, we are relying on the Faceit map pool. So I'm gonna pull it up on my screen real quick just so I can tell you guys what's going on. So for the map pool, we have of course Hybrid, Flashpoint, Push, and Escort. Honduras can go to any one of those any one of those maps as they see fit. From Hybrid, we have Hollywood, Numbani, and Kings Row. On Flashpoint is just New Junk City and Saravasa. Push only has New Queen Street and Runasapi, and Escort has Circle Royale, Dorado, and Rialto. Now, it does look like Honduras, yeah, DR1 map 1. Let's, hold on, hold on. DR1 map 1, hold on, mi gente, we won. Okay, relax, producer, relax. We won one. So, of the map pool, Honduras can choose any of those maps. And I believe DR being the quote-unquote winner before the servers closed, it's going to go over, they get the first ban. So, previous bans were Cat and Cassidy. Any one of them they cannot be banned by the same teams, but let's say DR wants to ban Cat and Honduras wants to ban Cassidy, they can do that. Bans are, of course, per team, not for the entire series, if that makes sense. I'm watching the replay right now of the server closing. So yeah, that was really funny. It's really sad because there was around 60%, and Honduras, like, I think Meekster finally got a kill onto Clyde Sombra on Venture. So it was like, oh, okay, maybe they can fight back. Maybe they fight back. And I did think they trade off like a Kiriko or something. I forgot who died right after. But then, but then the server closed. I don't know. It just looks like it was maybe rigged against Honduras for that first map. Go somewhere else, bestie. That was mad funny. The server closing. Okay. We're just waiting on the map selection here from Honduras and their first ban. I wouldn't be surprised if they wanted to ban Sombra. I don't know if they would want to ban Sombra not on like a Flashpoint or like a push map. If you want to go something like Circuit Royale or Dorado, not Mentira. I think if they go Circuit Royale or what are the hybrid maps? I forgot. Oh, like Kings Row, something like that. I think it would be okay to not ban Sombra for those maps, but if you get taken to like a push map or a Flashpoint map, I think that's where we start to think about the Sombra ban, because it very much seemed at first DR was struggling a little bit with the ball and the Sombra and the Trace and the Sojourn and the Kiriko Lucio, and working together and culminating in a kill box, right, and trying to find everyone on the same target together. Then they kind of figure it out. Honduras could not deal with it, no matter what they did, and they, I think, need to find a way to, you know, they need to find a way to stop that from happening. I will say big shout outs to the backline for Honduras, by the way. They did a really good job of trying to stabilize and trying to keep the Lucio and the Kiriko each other alive for a long time, while being like pile drivered by Pambi, by being hacked and virused by Clyde, by being tickled, you know, by Silly. But we have our map. Our map is gonna be Saravasa. I don't mind it. I do want to know what the ban is going to be from Honduras, because now that we're going over to a Flashpoint map, I'm a little worried that we're going to see Dominican Republic come back with like the Ball Tracer Sombra idea again, or Ball Sojourn Sombra idea again, and I would like to see Honduras actually go and just be like, I want to do a Sombra ban here, or a Ball ban. Cell says, hey, Honduras, we're going to ban Ball. So that not only bans out Ball from Pambi, that also protects a tank there from Honduras. So they can keep playing the Malga, they can keep playing, they did bring out Doomfist, they can keep playing Hazard if they so wish, they just don't want to do a Ball. which I think is more than fair in the long run. 1 second. I want to write down. I always write down my matches. I always forget about them. I'm like, no, I got DR and Honduras. I also want to make sure I keep track of the tryouts as well, because there's not just these 5 that are trying out for DR. We also have a couple of people as well. I think from both sides actually have a couple of extra people in sub spots. So we're gonna see a couple of swaps here and there throughout the map. Hunter! Yo, Hunter, we love you. Thank you for the raid. We're here watching Copa America. SA, of course, South America. DR versus Honduras, we had a funny... we had a funny little server close issue. But it's okay, because DR is technically up one. I'm muted. I'm not muted. Am I muted? William! Am I muted? Hunter said I was muted. I'm not muted. Hunter, you're lying to me. If I turn the stream on right now on my phone, Hunter, I'm just saying I better not be. Oh, I was muted. We're good? We're good? Okay, well, I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep moving. Hold on. We're still waiting on the... What is DR ban? Now we're just waiting on... Now we're just waiting. Right? I'm like, where's the ban? Like, dang, we can't sit here forever waiting for these bans. What else can I say? Ban ball? What are you gonna do, ban? What DPS is DR going to ban? Because... I don't know. What can I possibly talk about here? DR taking our sweet time. Oh, yeah, hold on. We about to go right here and be like, ban! I just went into the chat right now and said ban. Oh, okay. Ban Lucy. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. Okay, they finally banned Lucio. Bans are what? Ball and Lucio. That's fine. Ball, Lucio, bans coming in. We are ready to go in. Let's go in. Hello. Finally! Put myself away. Okay. Sir Vasa, here we go. We have access back to the cat. We have access back to, what's it called? Cassidy. If either team wants to go those characters, they should go it now. Now, of course, same rosters. No one swaps in, right? Yeah, no one's swapping in or anything like that. So looks like we should be good. We're waiting for everyone to join the lobby, of course. So, yeah. Iniciando partida. Okay. Sometimes I don't like where, sometimes the first point is always so interesting because you can either rotate to the long angle or go on the objective itself. Like, there's two different ways to get onto the point on the marketplace. You can either go around the long side and have a nice long angle to use, especially for like a Sojourn or a Cassidy, which Silly's gonna be on right now. Or you can go short. You can go around the right side, basically to main, pretty much, and stay within a medium range of your opponent. So you're going to see the same thing from the side of Team Honduras. They're going to go back to the Malga once more. They're going to try it again. They want to go together. They want to be a team. So they're going to have the Malga, the Kiriko, the Mizuki. They're going to keep Mixer on Symmetra. So that's going to be an interesting thing that I do think would be maybe a slight problem. Maybe a slight problem for Clyde, possibly. We just got to wait it out. See how it's going to work because... I don't know. The Sigma comp is also coming from Pambi, which I think is going to be somewhat of a good option against Malga. You can rotate your shield cooldown. You can rotate your grabs on surge, your grasp cooldown. But you know, if you get a rock onto the Mizuki, that'd be great, and we do. I hate Widow with a first kill on the board here. Kiriko forced to use a Suzu early, and that's going to be the end of the line. Daniel, last one. Oh no, sorry, the Reaper last one to go down. Can I just say real quick? The kill feed is new, and I hate it. They made it different now. You can't go over that, Pampi. It's okay. They made it different to where it's no longer in chronological order. It's like in a weird... It's out of order, the kill feed, which is really, really irritating. So we have Cell going over to the Vendetta. This is a character I do know Cell to be very good on, is Vendetta. And Silly with the first kill onto Meekster first. Sombra goes down, but Pambi dies because there's a Vendetta, and there's a... Malga just stomping all over the Sigma. Cell's hacked, dies to Iggy though. Still a winnable fight here for Team DR if they so choose to. Big slam from Daniel. Needs to stay alive, especially because we are virused and hacked. Okay, point still in the favor of Team DR. Let me see this Cassidy real quick. Let me see this. Because Cassidy is extremely strong. Very, very strong. Because we have Flying Deadeye. Oh, we're gonna use Flying Deadeye? Because I would. Pambi, your cat wants to pick you up. There you go. We're trying to go Palace. Oh, Temple. Temple's a nice point to go to. Honduras gonna be a little bit lacking, unfortunately, in terms of ults, I will say. They don't really have 5, or Team DR do, but they are on the point first. That I will have to give credit to. So Karma could absolutely go first with a rush here, if need be. Now, he needs to Malcolm stay alive. Suzu gets used early, though, so that gets a really easy flux for Pambi to use, but there's a double kill against Team DR. No Cassidy, no Kiriko. EMP committed, however. It's just a cat versus the world. And Clyde, the cat, and Sombra all... live. They all live. Mixer goes over to Shion. No problem. Big swaps here coming in. Good poke. I mean, you're going to see Team Honduras. They're going to try to rotate all the way around to the coastline, actually. Interesting. Give me a rush here. You got advantage here, Honduras. You can go for a rush right now. There it is. Love the rush. You see the Sombra getting a little bit poked out by the back line. Pambi's also nowhere for wear. We're going to see a flip here. And this Shion finds a first kill onto Pambi. And DR had to leave. Honduras finally get a kill here. They finally get a fight win. A definitive fight win. And they flip the point for themselves. This is great. They have Sundering Blade from Cell, which is going to be, I think, very useful, especially maybe, I don't know, into Deadeye might be a little bit of a scary situation. Iggy's 1 HP. There we go. High noon from where? I hear Sundering Blade. No one's in. Wait, my cat brought my Cassidy into the Sundering Blade. 22, you threw. Like, you pulled my Cassidy into the Vendetta Sundering Blade. What do you mean? And that's the end of the Cassidy. Silly goes back over to Sombra, or to Sojourn. Yeah, my man's like, I'm good. I actually don't have to play into that. I don't have to die to to Vendetta. Nice, good kill into the Sombra. Really good chase down from Daniel. We're gonna see a fight still happen though. Cage fight onto Malga, or from the Malga onto the Sigma, and then we get pulled by the cat. Oh brother. If I'm Pambi, I'm upset. One. That's simple. It's 1-1 right now. Good stuff. Keep it going. 1-1 right now in the series. We do see Catnap is online for 22 Imo. And the nice thing is you have a nice big old pond to use right outside the objective of Gardens. You really do. Which is very, very nice to have. But the thing is, you have not only that you have Catnap, you also have Rush, and you also Rush on both sides, and you have EMP. EMP stops the Catnap from getting more value. Oh my gosh. Or not even just that, but the Catnap got canceled actually from 22 Imo. The Cat's going super low. You can see how much focus being put onto Clyde, trying to get the Sombra out. The TP's out. Now it's just the Cat by themselves. Honduras is working with a very limited skeleton crew right now. Karma dies, then Daniel left for last after being Virus and hacked. That's going to be the end of the line there. And keep moving. Honduras only gained 21% onto the objective. Silly is back, having overclocked pretty much in the back pocket. Nothing. I lied. Spree's about to become online. We have Spree about to come online here from the Xion. Nice first kill from 22 Imo. Okay, one cat down, the other one a little bit of claws out. Oh, and Android has diff in the chat. Daniel's super low though, has to retreat to safety, and does so. Nicely done. Nice first good kill. Nice good first kill from Iggy onto Daniel. Overclock ready in the spawn room is DR. Honduras need to find a way to kind of bully DR out of the area. Oh, I love the attempt from Cell, but the awareness of DR to stop the assault from that Vendetta was very, very well done. 10% left of the point needed to cap it, and I think Honduras might just kind of move next, no? Yeah. They didn't go next. They gotta go next. Next point is where? Palace. Okay. Good point to go to. I love Palace personally. I know it's really nice. Team DR already have an advantage going into this next map or in this next round. They already are. They're on the point already. They have high ground control. They also have 3, 4, 5 ultimates. And Clyde also kills the cat early. So you're getting closer to EMP. You're going to see the overclock from Silly get used first. The Spree is a response from Meekster, though. You lose Silly from the cat, from the kunai right to the face. Karma finds a double kill for themselves against both DPSs of Team DR. Somehow, some way, okay, Team Honduras, they are able to retake the objective pretty much wholeheartedly. You lose Cell, but I don't think that's really the worst thing in the world. Whoa, we're committing EMP in that fight? Wait. Did not think that EMP would be committed, and that's going to actually result in Team DR walking back with Silly, who did get picked off first, having that rail shot and just killing everybody. Four ultimates ready to be used. Nice. First kill coming in from the Sombra. We have the rush coming in from Iggy as well. I mean, that's pretty much just going to be a cosmetic rush because no one's in it. Unfortunately, Pambi is in the wrong rush. Karma used rush right on top of Pambi. Pambi dies for it. Double kill here for the side of Honduras. It's a trade-off. You do see Cell coming back, so they could definitely finish this fight off very strongly, and they do. Oh god, I don't get singled out by Clyde and the cat though. That's a thing you don't want to do. My audio is fixed on my stream. Hello everybody, I've been talking. Don't worry, I'm back. Okay. But basically what I've been saying is Honduras is at 60% of the point. Hack on the Malga, the retreat. Catnapper onto the Meekster, dies for it, or dies from the Catnap. Now we're going to have Team DR getting the point back in their favor. 67%, 68%. Now in the favor of what could be match point or map point here on Saravasa. Pambi has Flux. We see a run-in from Daniel. Forced the TP out from Clyde. Wonderfully done. Stunning Blade. They got 2 last time. Can't get another one this time. They got half of Pambi's HP. The Rock stops the catnap from I Hate Widow, however. EMP ready again for Clyde. Is that going to be a fight win? I mean, it sure will. Double. No Suzu to be seen. 1 EMP, 2 EMP, 3 EMP. Triple kill for Team DR, and they are going to take Suravasa into the game. In game number 2, putting them at a 2-0 in the series. Well done. This is DR's first event, is that right? Yes. This is DR's very first event, or first time being represented in Copa America. And I believe also just in regional stuff in general. That was funny. Like, why did you do that? Why did you bring my Cassie to the Sundering Blade? Dime. Well done. Also, I'm gonna look at the stats real quick. Let me see here. So, stat-wise, Clyde goes 33-6, Pambi goes 25-5, and Benito Simo goes 29-2. On the side of Honduras, Daniel goes 17-6. I think a better scoreboard than we had seen last game. And then everyone else kind of went pretty much even with about 10 eliminations average on Team Honduras. But do not worry, this is not a best of 5. We are not on match point quite yet. DR are 2 away from winning the series 4-0 ideally, but of course Honduras still have the opportunity to choose the next map selection here for themselves. Of course, they can always go over to... What's next? We can do hybrid, we can do push, and we can do escort. We have already exhausted control, we exhausted flashpoint. We've also already used up a ball ban. And I think they're trying to realize the ball was not the problem. The ball's annoying, yes. The ball is extremely annoying, and not having access to a Cassidy during the first map of Ilios, definitely even more annoying to deal with. But this time they have access to Cassidy again. They do have access to banning out Sombra possibly to continue, at least try to target certain points in DR's compositions, right? That's what I'm thinking of. What's going on? Map and... Yeah. They're gonna ask the Honduras what their map and ban is again. I'm gonna put a timer. 2 minutes to take your map and ban. It don't take that long. So again, we have hybrid, push, and escort. Hollywood, Numbani, Kings Row, New Queen Street, Runasapi, and then Circuit Royale, Rialto, and Dorado. If I'm talking about Face It, for example, going in, because this is, of course, the Face It map pool we are using for Season 9 that just passed and is concluding soon. Most teams in Map 3 and beyond will start to go over to Circuit Royale. They'll go over to... actually, Numbani I've been seeing a lot more often, or Kings Row. Those are the 3 biggest maps that I do see get selected from map 3 onwards. Otherwise, it would seem really like Runasapi, then they're going to go Runasapi. And I wouldn't be, like, again, I wouldn't be surprised if Honduras does do that. But no, it's getting one of the other 3 maps that I mentioned. We're going to go over to Kings Row. Kings Row is going to be Honduras's opportunity to hopefully get something back against DR. I mean, they had some really good fights going into Suravasa. They won an entire round on Suravasa, the tempo point they won on, right? So they're not hopeless. They're not like bad. Not at all. I think they just need to clean up a little bit of these I say dies, but it's Malga. They need to clean up their opportunities to kill something a little bit faster and also do a little bit more together. Sometimes I'll see Cell go in for like an off angle by themselves, and I think also what would help Cell and others a lot more is seeing maybe a tank that can help support a Vendetta and going against the backline. So, for example, we can always see the Zarya come out, bubble your Vendetta, throw them in there, and then boom, you're good to go. On the other side of things, maybe the Cat wasn't really the option there. I know Cat was banned on Ilios on map 1. It was open for map 2. And now it's like, okay, well, what now? The Cat didn't really work that well. I don't think it worked well just because of the fact that you are kind of being consistently rocked by a Sigma. You are being rail-shotted by a Sojourn and or hindered by a Cassidy. Things like that. So kind of going back and having Lucio open again would be really good, I think, for Honduras, because I do really like the way that I Hate Widow was playing Lucio back on Ilios, especially map 1 on the first round. That was really like, okay, like, you can play Lucio, beautiful. And yeah. So I got the ban. I'm looking at it. It is going to be a Kiriko ban coming in from Team Honduras. So they're just slowly picking off the pieces from DR right now. So Iggy is not going to play Kiriko. Neither is Karma. Karma was actually playing Kiriko very well on Servos as well, getting a couple double kills from his own accord. But and sorry, Iggy just told me that they're nerfing them, so because the Kiriko ban, which I agree with. I think the Kiriko ban is very strong. I think Kiriko as a ban is very strong because it opens up so many different supports to be played and compositions to be played here. So you can play Ana, you can play well, who's gonna talk about? I would say Baptiste, my Haitian king, but like no one's playing Bap anymore. Like Bap is dead. Bap is no more. No one cares about Bap. But we could see Ana. We could see what other flex supports would we be playing? I play flex support. What do I play? Oh, we could see. Yeah, just Ana. Really, it just all everyone cares about is playing Ana if the Kiriko's not banned. So we're probably just gonna see Ana from both sides. Why not? But main support wise, you have Lucio again. You have Wuyong. You have Mizuki. You can always kind of go double flex support composition with a Ana and a Iyari, or an Iyari with anybody. That could also be a valid option to go for with the Kiriko being banned. Oh, someone's coming in. We have Bangha Persona coming in, likely for the side of Dominican Republic. I do remember them being in our server. Not to be, not to be spoiling my people. Let me see. Yeah. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Benja's going in for Honduras. That's my bad. I was thinking about somebody else. I was trolling you guys. They call me the troller. Mixer is actually going to be swapping in for... Sorry. Bangha's going to be swapping in for Mixer. Mixer's going to take a little bit of a break, so we're going to have a DPS swap here for Honduras, I'm assuming. Because, of course, they're not really role-locked. If you want to have Bangha come in, play tank, and have Daniel play DPS, okay, sure. That's totally fine. Pokemon Go, thank you. Let me mute you. Why is my phone not on mute? So, yeah. And what did we ban? Hello? Oh, we rebanned Ram. Yo, I didn't even see that. DR banned Ram. You know what sounds really good right now? Pick up oil. There's a pick up oil place like 2 blocks from my apartment. Oh, it's so good. It's just so good. I haven't gone there in a while, but whenever I'm craving like some good fried chicken, I go over and I'd be like, hey, pick up pollo with a little bit of doctor. Oh my god, so good. It's so close to where I live. I literally live in a very, very Dominican populated area. So everything, I mean, I get everything. I get lote de golpe for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Like, I get la bandera. I get everything around here. It's great. Sorry, I'm being fat and hungry, so we're gonna just continue onwards. Now we're on Kings Row. Our players are loaded in. I think Cell's gonna continue to play the Malga. We are gonna see Pambi go over to Zarya instead. So like I said, DR does ban Ramatra. We did see, of course, from the opposing side of things, we're gonna see the Kiriko ban. Is that Baptiste? Don't make me blush. Bap, Lucio, the world is healing. Do you understand me? The world is healing. People willingly choosing Bap in the Big 26, we're doing okay. Karma is still kind of waiting to decide what they want to play here for support side of things. I think they kind of want to scout out what Iggy's playing and then maybe mirror it and or end up going to the Ana anyway. And no, the backline's actually going to be Juno Mizuki, interestingly enough. Daniel tries to go for the one shot on Widowmaker, doesn't really find much with it, goes over to Reaper instead. So it's Clyde versus Daniel on that front. Like I did expect, yeah, we do see a little bit of role swapping, right? So Cell actually is on the Malga this time. Daniel is going to be on DPS. I feel like this might be a little bit of a better, if they feel better about this composition, I feel good about this composition for Honduras. I also appreciate that Honduras is trying to rotate up on that high ground and kind of bully DR out, but unfortunately Zarya and Reaper and Lucio and Bap and Soj can all make it to the upper high ground area, so they quickly kind of coalesce onto Daniel and get rid of the Reaper. But the spawns are right there. One bubble only alive for Pambi. Had to self-bubble just to stay alive against the Malga. You lose the Widow. I'm sorry. You lose the Pharah. You also lose Clyde. Also, I did not realize, sorry, that I Hate Widow is now off the support going over to a Pharah or DPS instead. Big slam. Good lamp. And the Malga should die here is what I would say, but double kill for Honduras. Cell is staying alive despite everything, dropping to under 30 HP, by the way. I don't know how. Shouts to Karma, shouts to Bangha, because I don't know how you survived otherwise. Don't know how you survived otherwise. I really don't. You should have died 10 times over. So let's talk about King's Row a little bit. King's Row is a map that, as you attack, you do not want to be held on Archway. So you're gonna see a little bit of pushing up from Honduras, at least until the bookstore, and kind of trying to push DR back as far as they possibly can, because they don't really want to. You don't want to get held at Archway. It's so difficult to break through sometimes. So that's why the carts are going to be going through the most difficult part of the map here, and DR is a little bit on like a little bit of a back foot here. He goes over to Ana instead. Double kill both onto the front line, the frontliners of the Malga and the Reaper. And now with DR actually solidifying this fight win, they can hold Archway on the defense. Ooh, I'm thirsty. We got everything ready. Iggy's late on the nano, but Iggy also swapped recently, so I'm gonna not fault them too much for that. However, one fat nade against Karma's orbital ray, and that's it. Up until you lose Iggy, Iggy dies. We're in there. Cell is trampling over everybody. Pambi's still trying to fight as long as you possibly can, which I do appreciate, of course. Slam onto the Reaper, gets the kill. Beautifully done from Cell. Yes. This is why I know. This is why I do know Cell for. Cell's a very exceptional player that Honduras has, truly. And now we have 5 ultimates going into point B. We're still waiting on the Nano. It's a little bit lagging behind, but again, you're kind of waiting on Iggy to get that ult charge after swapping off to the Ana. Don't die. Okay, thank God. 3.5 minutes left. We still have Grav. We still have Reaper ultimate. It's gonna be the battle of the Reaper ultimates, by the way. Coming down to Clyde and to... Whoa! The chain into the kill from the Pharah. Oh, that was beautiful. They gotta go for something. Are we gonna go Sound Barrier? We are gonna go Sound Barrier. Sound Barrier comes in alongside the Nano, alongside the Barrage. So that was around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ultimates used, save for the Blossom and the Overclock from Silly and Clyde. Both support ultimates are actually still online, thankfully. We still have... Cell actually gets a really late fire kill. That was really burning kill onto Iggy. But I will say, having the Orbital Ray, having the Kekai Sanctuary, 2 amazing ultimates going into an upcoming Overclock. Also, the Hanzo from Clyde is going to be something to take note of. You know, you want to go for these one-shot potential, but when you're getting dived by the Reaper, that's going to be the hardest part of trying to stabilize on Hanzo. Daniel is on a roll, by the way. Double kill onto this Hanzo and the Lucio. Trying to go for the Sojourner, a little 3-peat there, and finds it. I mean, Karma helps out, but still finds it anyway. This may be the first time we've actually seen Team DR struggle a little bit against Honduras. This whole time it's felt very, very dominating. And Silly was only able to use Overclock in the last 2 seconds of the fight. Couldn't even walk out of the spawn or walk out of the entryway with Overclock and do anything with it, unfortunately. So Iggy... Iggy's on Fraud Watch. I need you... No, Kiriko. Iggy, what's going on, baby boo? What's happening? What's my team? What's happening? So Honduras cap with 3.5 minutes. This is amazing for them. The Malga worked amazingly. We also saw how well the Malga, the Reaper, and of course the Mizuki and the Juno worked together. The Juno I loved. Why did I love the Juno so much? Because you had speed boost advantage. You may not be wanting to run Lucio anymore, but you have a speed boost advantage that you can absolutely use, and that was what was kind of propelling Honduras to mess up DR a little bit. I'll say it, they did mess up DR a tiny bit there. So we're gonna see any swaps. Yeah, Clyde goes back over to Sombra. Quite shocked we didn't stay Sombra that first map, I cannot lie. Or that this entire map, I can't lie. We saw Reaper, we saw, what was us, Hanzo for a little bit there, but no Sombra. And I think it's because there wasn't really a consistent dive duo, a partner with Clyde. There was no Tracer, there was no Genji, there was no... even, you know, landing the same shots as a Sojourn can be a little bit tricky. But I think we're gonna go back to our roots. Go Sombra, see the Widowmaker, see if Silly gets anything with it. No one's picking them though, which is good. Oh, we're committing to Widowmaker. Ooh, whiffs a shot onto the Baptiste. I saw that from Karma's end there. Basically whiffed right past their head. But Daniel first comes to Clyde. Amazing work. And now Honduras can start walking in towards the first entry point here of King's Row. Nice sleep onto Cell, but it's very much short-lived. Pambi first kill. Wait a minute. Can we back out? We short. Oh, kind of. We kind of missed the high ground. There's also a Reaper looking at us. Daniel couldn't TP out. I saw that. Actually got canceled out by Silly, who's now on Emre. And everyone from Honduras is like, yeah, we gotta go. We gotta leave, if you will. One tick down. Any touchers? I mean, maybe. Yeah, Cell should be able to go for a touch here. We have Overrun, and we have Credit Overdrive. Slam onto the Emre. Oh no, cancel the slam. Good nade. But we get a trade-off. No Emre for the Pharah. You can see how much pressure is being put onto the Doomfist, but you have Empowered Punch, by the way. I think he dies so early. Ah, you're done, buddy. Yeah, you're done. That's it. One slam onto the Doomfist and you're done. Good reset here from Honduras. I mean, those got a couple of slight staggers. And even better is that you don't really have any ultimates for DR to use. Whoa, Pambi! Running in there, getting chained down by Mizuki, and then just explodes for it. DR definitely trying to get a lot of their ultimates together. They want the EMP together. They want the Catnap. They want a lot of these things together to kind of use them in combination with one another. However, wait, big nade onto the Naga. Wait, you win that. You low-key win that. This Naga dies. This Naga dies for sure. Daniel comes in from the top, already going so low. I think tried to set up for a Death Blossom, but dies to the cat instead. Yeah, Mizuki, get out of there. Yeah. You're trying to get out of there. All right, beautiful. One more tick needed for full capture for Team DR. They're only gonna give about 3.5 minutes to keep pushing through point B. But if they keep getting aggressive onto the Baptiste, onto the Malga, they can push really far forward into third point. They scout out Daniel, who's trying to TP around the bend back to the team. Slam from the Malga onto the Doomfist. Now kind of forcing out that punch once more. We leave. We go back. Officially, 10 ultimates are now ready to be used here. Cart has moved past the archway. No one wants to commit anything yet. I see how this keeps walking back in and forth, back forward, and leaving. Whoa, don't die here, Bang, huh? Oh, but Iggy dies first. No Nano to be seen. But cage fight coming in from Cell. No one's in it because it's actually forced out the Doomfist ultimate. Then the Catnap from Mendidos Emo takes care of Daniel. Just not even going anywhere, just kind of picking him up, and the actual damage output kills the Reaper early. No, barrage onto who? Kenkai onto what? I mean, that works for Team DR, I think. They got most of the ultimates, the defender ultimates out. They still have Nano, and Nano Override Protocol are both going to be big here from Iggy and Silly. No, right? Like, that's gonna be humongous. Two minutes left. That's all we have. Do you want to go over a protocol here? I think what's better is to do it right around the corner. Nano also on the override protocol. Oh yes. Look for anybody that will. I mean, that will peek you. And no one does. Blossom onto Iggy. Unfortunately, they kind of just saw how the Reaper bypassed everyone in the front line and target priority number 1, the Ana. DR slowly starting to dwindle down here, I will say. A minute and a half on the attack is not a lot of time. And they're kind of losing mostly to, I think, honestly, the Pharah and the Reaper have been doing the most work here. Banghat Persona has been doing a really good job of chaining down the Pharah, chaining down the Doomfist when need be. But one nade onto the Malga, you guys all know, once a Malga gets naded and there's not really any other way of care coming their way in lieu of a Suzu or anything like that, the Malga's gonna die. 9 times out of 10. He's gonna push up a lot here because we want to clear as much space as we possibly can, so that way point actually connects and caps onto point B. There is a touch that could happen here from Honduras. It depends on how well it can be executed. Karma forced to use the shift really early and the amplification matrix. Iggy finds a kill onto Banghat Persona with a headshot from the perk to cage fight onto Doomfist. And you can see Bambi is using the bridge as a kind of makeshift hiding tool. You kind of gotta leave, yeah? "19 seconds on the clock." Iggy cannot die first, bro. No! Iggy had nano, pretty much, I would say. Now, Danny's about to have another Blossom to use. 5% away from one of their own. Barrage comes from high ground onto Pam, who's on the objective trying to stall. We don't touch. Oh, no! What do you mean we don't touch? What do you mean we don't touch? My team didn't touch? That's so funny. But what happened? I'm actually quite shocked that the Juno worked as well as it did. The Juno Mizuki worked as well as it did. I cannot lie. Big torpedoes here, by the way. Honduras keeps every map. They keep saying thank you for scrim and trying to end it. No. Shouts to Neon. Neon said, "GG's, we're the best. Thank you for scrim. No further questions needed. We're winning World Cup." Oh, they're so funny. See y'all in Korea. They're so cute. So that's the first point for Honduras. Finally. I didn't want to be a 4-0. I wanted us to have some games going. So Kings Row was the map, thankfully, for Honduras to go to. Now it's like, DR, where do you want to go next? DR map between Escort, which again, I generally think DR could go Circuit Royale, ban Malga to protect Sigma. And then Honduras can just like ban Sombra or something. I don't think that's really the end of the world if they ban Sombra here. And or they can't leave Ball and Sombra open for a push map. So that could also be a thing that Honduras is looking for, is they want to maybe ban Sombra on a push map. But that comes with the assumption that A, map 4 is Escort, and B, they lose Escort. So they can choose map 5. Whereas then we can go to Flashpoint, which then we can go to push, and then they can ban out Sombra first, so that way DR can do a protect ban. You know what I mean? Because DR right now can go... The worst case scenario right now for Honduras would be if DR goes over to Runasapi, for example, and bans Sojourn. Or Tracer. We just do a Tracer ban. They go to Runasapi and they ban Tracer. The Tracer ban is going to be important because Honduras did play Tracer a couple of times all the way back on Ilios and had a good amount of, like... a good amount of success with the Tracer. With the Tracer and the Sojourn together, right? DR banning Tracer is a protection ban, is a protect onto themselves. That way Honduras cannot ban Sombra going into something like Runasapi, right? I was so bad. They're fighting in the chat. I'm gonna ignore that about best of 7, best of 5. I was so best of 7, so y'all better play. I better play. Oh, it's 2 a.m. for Neon. Okay. We'll think about it. What was I gonna say? That's the worst case scenario for Honduras, is if DR goes Runesapi and bans a DPS to keep their Sombra and the ball back, because don't forget, Honduras banned ball in a previous map. They banned it on Cervasa, I think. So, yeah, that's something we gotta really think about. It is Runesapi. It is a Bastion ban. What is the chat is funny, bro. I can't. Okay. DR. We go Runesapi. As predicted. We ban a DPS to protect Sombra. As predicted. I don't care about Sombra on Escort. I don't care. Because if Honduras loses map and we go over to Escort and they choose Dorado, for example, there are so many other DPS you can play that are going to be really good with a ball composition. You can go back to the Tracer and Sombra if you really wanted to. You really could, right? And Clyde has clearly played Reaper. You know, so I don't know. It's very unfortunate for Honduras is that they were not able to like get a Sombra ban out in general. They're not gonna have time to. So, well, I keep doing this, and it looks very crazy in my camera. That's really funny. So it does look like we might be changing it over to a best of 5, possibly. There are some players from Honduras who are, to be fair, is like 2 a.m. for some people, as far as I could tell. So we might be changing this over to a best of 5, which means that DR has been on match point for past 3 maps now. So this is match point for DR, I'm assuming. I'll get for sure confirmation on the change in due time. However, Bastion ban. I didn't talk about that. Bastion ban from DR. This is to prevent a cat Bastion being played, because clearly Honduras likes to play cat. They clearly do, and it's not like a secret. They've been playing cat a couple of times in the series so far. DR has had some success with a cat of their own. I mean, there was a couple of shining moments from Benditos Emo, who did get a couple of cute little kills, especially if you think about Cervasa again. There's a couple of like double, triple kills we were getting, and then we swapped off at some point. Same thing with King's Row. There's also a couple of really good cat plays being played, but I don't know. I think it's actually I would go back to Lelucio, in my opinion, just because I just like Kiriko Lucio. Oh, Kiri's back, so we have Iggy back on Kiriko, thankfully. Kiriko back. We also have ban Lucio. Didn't they ban Lucio already? Was that DR that banned Lucio on? Hold on. Okay. Honduras banned Lucio. This is what I gotta write down on my ban. I actually forgot what they banned. Well, no, they didn't ban Lucio. I'm sorry. I'm tripping. I'm tired. I had a job today to do. I had work to do. So I'm a little bit eepy. I'm a little bit tired. Forgive me. Lucio ban, cat ban. Let's get into it. Runesapi. We're here. Thank goodness. If I'm Honduras, I am praying. I'm praying because of the fact that you know that you're going to go into probably the ball, the Sabra all over again. You're gonna go back into the ball and the Sombra all over again. This is gonna be very unfortunate on Runesapi, right? And then you think about Ilios, you think about point B specifically, and you're like, we got basically held at our spawn room for most of that, unfortunately. So what do you do? I think keeping Bangha Persona in is going to be really helpful, because clearly we can play Mizuki, and I think if we keep Mizuki into a ball, Sombra, probably a Tracer or Sojourn composition, I think there's going to be a lot more opportunities to stay alive a lot longer. and punish these dives that are going to be coming in from Pambi and Clyde and Silly more often than there would be without Mizuki. Now, of course, in this current screens here, we don't see Mizuki. We see the cat once again from Metido and also from Benja Persona. We also see Daniel mixing over to Cassie. This is a good swap. I think Cassie being online here because he was banned in map 1. Having Cass be around here is going to be very, very smart. Hinder Nade, of course, is one of the most effective tools in a 1v1 against a Sombra or a Tracer. Even Ball can kind of disrupt the initial flow. So yeah, I don't hate it. They don't know Ball's there. Oh my god, they don't know the Ball's right there. Oh. Yeah, so Pambi basically set up on that little ledge there for a little bit, scouting out where everyone's going to go, but then almost dies, gets the Mega Pack barely, but then you gotta just leave. And while you're leaving, the rest of your team needs to stay alive. The Cat and the Kiriko are gonna attempt to at least try to stay alive a little bit here while they wait for the Ball to come back, but while it's happening, Daniel finds the first comes to Clyde, and you're looking for the one to answer the Cat as well. Double kill for the side of Honduras. The Ball comes back finally with the power driver, but it's a little too late in my opinion. Yeah, Daniel, you are aiming. Good lord. I'm watching you track this Tracer down. The thing about Runasapi that's very interesting is that even though you can be in the lead in Runasapi for about 7 minutes, but Runasapi doesn't actually start until the last 3 minutes. If you know what I mean, you know what I mean. I've seen so many comebacks happen on this map in terms of just sheer momentum. When you're in the deficit, you have good ult economy, good ult charges, and good ult usage, and you completely make a complete comeback on Runasapi more often than not. Iggy is going to be really pressured out though. I don't think it has any cooldowns. It only now has Swift Step and Suzu again. But Daniel is on a roll. Already has Deadeye, by the way. We're going to get aggressive with it. Oh, yes, we are. The Cat's going to be the one to go down. Look at this. Oh, wait, we dash away in the nick of time. What? Amazing. But it's still a lot of uncertainty from Team DR. They're losing a lot of these fights that we should not really be confused about. That's what I'm talking about. That's the dive I need to see onto Daniel more consistently. I need to see a lot more kill boxes onto the Cassie. Oh, my wrecking ball. No! Oh, that didn't connect? Wow. The Mago's won though, so we should just kill. Yeah, Silly on Soldier again. Very much a decidedly good character to go to. I hate Widow, of course, has the pulse bomb. Let's go watch the Tracer for a little bit. Oh, I'm going to watch Tracer for a little bit here. So as Pambi tries to rotate around and set up for some of these backward dives, you can already see that it's scouted out easily by the Tracer. Now, Clyde comes in the pulse bomb, doesn't really find much with it. Also, we're going to see the minefields get used. Pulse bomb on the floor from I Hate Widow. So neither Tracers were able to really find anything with their pulse bombs, as unfortunate as that is. In fact, it's going to respawn in probably around 30 to 40 meters of progression here for Team DR. Cell realizes that there is an angle behind them, there's an angle in front of them, and there's an angle on the right of them. And they really can't go in. Rail shot misses, so Silas says, I'm just going to go for overclocks instead. Looks for it, trying to go for the Kiriko or the Malga. We lose our Cat in the meantime, and there's a little bit of a contest, thankfully, but Karma, unafraid of 1v1ing a Sojourn, by the way. I'm a little bit upset that we didn't really see the Kitsune Rush from Iggy. I think Rush there would have been really impactful in my opinion. I think that if we had used Rush and Overclock, that would have been at least enough to satisfy the checkpoint and the lead. But at the same time, you have rushes that can be mirrored out here. So it's kind of a damn if you do, damn if you don't situation for the Kirikos. Yo. Daniel finds poor old Cat in the air with a high noon from hell. Good lord. Oh. recall gets forced out early from the Tracer. If I'm DR, you gotta back out. You gotta leave. I mean, Card's getting progression anyway, which is really funny. Who's on cart right now? Oh, Malga, of course. That's what I don't like about playing Tracer into Cassie. You're just going to get stunned and then headshotted and then meleeed one after another. Okay. Still waiting on these rushes to be used. Love the cage fight onto the ball. That should result in the death of Pambi. Listen, solo cages are very much okay on a ball. Trust me. Daniel, I'm not sure that this Cassie came from, but it has been a life changer for you. Just so you know. It's amazing. It's a really late rush. I need to see more rushes from Iggy. This rush should not have been 5 minutes in the making. I want to see a rush from Iggy every other fight, or every fight and a half. That's what I really want to see. Every other fight, aka every 2 fights, I want to see a rush get built up or get almost built up, and I want us to always have it in the back pocket. It's possible. It means you gotta play a little bit lame as Kiriko, but that's what I gotta see a little more of. I want to see a little bit more healing, a little bit more of that Kitsune rush, because now Karma has the advantage. Karma has a rush going into probably one of the better points to attack from as the red team. They have a hill. Oh, holy crap. Oh, the Malga. Oh, absolutely, but you're gonna die. Just dies, because I don't think we had the speed to bring the Malga off the map fast enough. What's happening? Everything's so split. Everything's just so split. What's happening? Well, Team DR currently are down by 90 meters, which is really bad. 94 meters, which is really bad. They still have 3 minutes to go, but it gets harder and harder as the map goes on and on and on. Deadeye ready for Daniel. I do expect us to see another high noon Deadeye, or Deadeye in the air. Yep, high noon. Yeah, there it is, setting up for nicely. Ooh, TP's out. We're gonna try to run over there. Almost runs into the minefield, by the way. That would be really funny. And everyone gets away from the Deadeye, but not everyone lives through the fight. I hate Window. It's just I hate Widow, not Window. Is doing a really good job of just kind of keeping the Tracer duel in their favor. You lose the caster, you're gonna have the ball spinning to win a little bit here and stalling. That's amazing. Kyle comes in with a kill onto I Hate Widow. Now you're gonna just leave the cat and the Malga for last, pretty much. And you have about just over 2 minutes to make up the entire rest of the objective. Rusape said Mata de Honduras. I believe it right now because listen, they are up 142 meters in the last 2 minutes. They have cage fight and catnap. We're gonna rotate the bot. Next fight is probably gonna be on the hill again. Really where DR does not really want to play, in my opinion. I would rather take the fight probably in the very middle of the objective, but you know what? It's fine. Pami's in a 1v1 against the Tracer. In the meantime, the front line is trying their best. I mean, oh, what a wait! The catnap canceled the cage fight. Oh, you are so good. But they have double kill from I Hate Widow and Daniel. Honduras are up 2 right now. Continuing rush committed from Iggy. Trying to make something work with just themselves and their ball, but I don't think that was really. Wait, hold on. Nobody move. Trying to look for the back line, but it's just impossible. Pambi's just trying to stall at this point. Impossible. I don't know, man. Like, I don't have rush. I don't even have. I have minefield, but I don't have an overclock. I don't have a Malga. Hold on. 40 seconds for Team DR. Yo, Daniel. What's Daniel? Daniel is currently 19-5. Just so you guys know. Daniel is currently 19-5, and I Hate Widow is 16-6. Amazing stats right now. Oh, Daniel dies first. Amazing. That's what I need to see more of. A lot more of that coalescing onto one target, but Cell kills the Sojourn. Now we're back to a 4v4. Iggy dies, though, to Cell. And suddenly, Honduras are about to give us almost a reverse sweep here, as we might close out map 4 and go into a map 5 in the favor of Honduras right now. They are getting momentum. They're getting their bearings together. They're looking amazing. DR, though, they could have something coming. The Deadeye is ready for Daniel. Of course, Bayhand Persona is going to be carrying that Deadeye up in the sky. Is anyone in it? Trying to look for the Tracer, looking for the ball, trying to look for anybody, but it looks like we're going to see Clyde still die to I Hate Widow. Iggy TP's in the wrong moment, wrong place, wrong time. Catnap onto the Tracer. Bring him off the map for a little bit there, or wherever the map is. Recall gets used, and unfortunately, it's going to be round 4 going over to Honduras, because unfortunately, DR did not get a retouch. You saw the ball use the minefield, and then just get off the objective wholeheartedly. Iggy play the game though. Hold on, I'm watching. Oh, this is one of the very beginning fights for early fights. What are you shaking so much for? Oh my gosh, a lot of jiggling happening. A lot of jiggling happening with that mouse. But play the game. I know that's right. I mean, I'm okay with that. Oh, I didn't see the scoreboard real quick. Yeah, no, 22-4. Yeah, I hate what it would end up going 22-4. I didn't see what Karma went at the very end, but really good stats there for Honduras. Now, DR, you're on match point. You're about to get reverse swept here. And where do you go? Excuse me. Last time they can go to is Escort. Escort has Circuit Royale, Dorado, and Rialto. Those are the 3 maps you can choose from. Those are the 3 you're good to go with. The thing is that Dorado, I don't know if that's the map to go for DR. Although Pambi had an amazing Sigma, I do think maybe... Oh, I don't know. It's worrisome because I think Circuit Royale would be very beneficial for the Sigma, the Sojourn, and everything like that to work for Dominican Republic, right? However, I don't know. Rialto is never a map I see people select. It's always between Circuit Royale and Dorado, especially in Face It League and Masters Tier in North America, EMEA, and South America. I see a lot of teams like to kind of go over to those 2 more often than not. The 2 being Dorado and Circuit Royale. Usually Circuit Royale is the favorite of the child, and they have the second child, that being Dorado. People don't go Rialto that much, and I think it's because of Second Point. I think Second Point needs to be a little bit redesigned. Why do I speak? What am I here for? I can't even give right predictions. They're gonna go Rialto. I'm nervous. He's like, I'm not nervous. I'm nervous. I'm nervous for my team right now. Because we're about to be reverse swept and relax. They love to talk in the chat. They're really funny. It's all laughs, of course. Like, this is a Showmatch. This is a Showmatch between HR. I combined them. No, it's a Showmatch between DR and Honduras. It's always gonna be a fun time. It is later for some people. I do know that. So hopefully this does get wrapped up soon-ish. Only because I don't really want to keep everyone awake for too long. Playing in this Showmatch. But DR, if we get reverse swept, we gotta put me in. Put me in. I could do it. Ban cat. They are allowed. Yep, they can ban cat. Yep. Sure can. So DR said, ban cat. Sorry, Benja. Te quitaron las manos. Yeah, sorry, Benja. But don't forget, Benja played Mizuki earlier. you know? Mayha played Mizuki earlier and played Mizuki very well. So if we do see that come back, a Kiriko Mizuki, that could also always be the secondary option here for Honduras. Whereas DR, they're okay with going, you know, anything but Cat. I also want to say that I do think that Benito has been playing a really good Cat thus far. Unfortunately, just in like the mirror match and everything, it has been a fact of Honduras know how to play against it, and they know how to stop Catnapper getting too much value. They know how to kind of shut down the other Cat. I think even Banghan knows how to 1v1 a Cat in the air, because there's a couple of times I think they're kind of just fighting in the air, and gotta hold that. So 2-2. DR and Honduras. DR are going to defend first, I believe. Honduras are going to attack first. DR are going to ban the Cat here. So that was mostly Bangha's character. We're going to see him go to a different character for this one on Rialto. What Honduras might want to ban out here maybe might be the Sombra, but they quickly got Clyde to get off Sombra. That's the thing. I'm like, okay, maybe they don't ban Sombra. Maybe they want to ban... They already banned Ball. Don't forget, they did ban Ball earlier. They banned a couple of... They banned Kiriko earlier as well. So this is the map, ideally, that everyone can play their best. And except for Silly, which they're going to take away Silly's Sojourn, which I don't mind. This facilitates a opportunity for... this is... I'm reading the chat, sorry. This is an opportunity to keep using the Ball, Sombra... and Tracer. Actually, we can do all three of them. Why not? Daniel is just gonna be the problem. You know, you can't ban Cassidy. There's not really much you can do around a Cassidy besides don't be an LOS of a Cassidy. So that's the only thing you really need to be worried about if you are Team DR. And we're loading in. Let's go. I'm thirsty. I'm thirsty. Are they gonna roll swap? Well, wherever roll, I don't really care what they play when they're loading into the game. It matters what they run out on spawn. Once they leave the spawn room with whatever roles they're on, they cannot swap roles from that point forward. That is a fact. Okay? Make that very clear for everybody. So even though I do think Ventidos Emo was scheduled to play a little bit of tank today, I'm not sure if this is the map to do it. I think they're going to keep playing on that. Oh, they are! Nobody move. Nobody move. We do see the Diva from Ventidos Emo. Pambi actually goes over to Emre of their own accord. Interesting. One sec. I want to see something real quick from my roster real quick. I want to see people's ranks. I'm very, very nosy. Oh, yeah. That's fair. So Pambi can flex between tank and DPS. Like I said, they cannot swap mid-game roles, but they can swap in the spawn room before the game starts. Not between rounds, the game itself. So if we swap rounds and Benito goes over to support, that's wrong. You know what I mean? So just put that out there. Iggy and Silly are now both on support. So Silly's on Wu Yong this time instead of a Mizuki or anything like that. And then Cyber's, of course, back on that Sombra. Daniel's on Widowmaker for now. Sees a Diva, sees an Emre, sees a Sombra, and is like, okay, let's see what we're going to do here. Do I even want to walk out on this Sombra? Are we AFK? Hello? Okay, no, we're good. We're just waiting. Good wait. Hazard hack, sells so low, force a whole block, and I do think that my Widowmaker is lagging a little bit. Okay, no, Daniel's back, but it works out, because I Hate Widow actually finds the first kill onto Clyde. Look how singled out the Diva is, by the way. Interesting rotation here from Honduras. They go all the way around the coast side, and they kind of come in from the statue area on the left side with the mini pack. I do want Clyde to be a little bit careful. Daniel first kill on the board onto Iggy, looking for that Wu Yong, but they lose the hazard. Somewhere on the high ground, Hey Widow gets the kill onto Wu Yong. You have only Higgy doing healing here. So, and Iggy's coming back after dying earlier to the Widowmaker. I forgot. Okay, Pambi gets a kill onto the far allow. 1v1 on trade-offs, but can't get separated, and they just get picked off by the Widowmaker. They have to play a lot more cover here than they were expecting, I'm pretty sure. Suzu was off cooldown, so there goes Pambi dying to the Widowmaker, who's also just in main chilling the entire time. Point almost at first objective here. Under a meter left, and there they go. No touch to be seen, and that's going to be 4.5 minutes, or 4 minutes and 45 seconds. Given back to Team Honduras. They get D-Mac onto the Diva, and oh, the boop into the lake. Unfortunate here for 22. The Pambi with the kill onto Daniel, but it's very short-lived as Honduras very easily clean up the rest of the stragglers of DR. Karma has a rush advantage over Iggy the dog. I need to see a... I need to see a Wuyong ultimate here. I need to see it onto the Diva when it gets online, because that's gonna be really... Or actually, if we can get it to Clyde, even better. Clyde kind of stands in the middle of the fray, though, and kind of dies to, like, a Pharah. So that's unfortunate. Daniel with the sights online sees everybody and their mother. Looking for that Kiriko, but everyone's just trying to respect the space being kind of demanded by the Widowmaker. Point almost in... That reaches. Point almost pretty much in full completion of second objective. Bomb gets used. No touch. Here comes the... I mean, it's going to be a barrage actually from I Hate Widow that finds a double kill after the EMP gets expended. No supports here for the side of Team DR. Just a deep on the point, but that's it. There's no touch. 5 minutes left. Honduras DR are struggling really heavily around playing around this Pharah. Funnily enough, because they have Pambi on Emre, they have an Iyadi, they have a Diva. These are things that typically Pharah should not be able to play into, but it feels like I Hate Widow is just not getting contested whatsoever. Rush from Iggy, I love it. Might see the Kika Sanctuary get used, but I think it's going to be a full disengage, a hard disengage actually from Honduras. Because why would you want to full engage when you have 4.5 minutes left to play the clock? You're good. You can keep it going. Pambi is going to have that override protocol. This would be the moment for Bang Persona to actually use the Sanctuary. They're still respecting the hell out of this Widowmaker. They have to. I'm kind of just waiting for Pambi to use the override protocol. Come on, Daniel. There it is. Sanctuary. Queen. There it is. I was gonna say, it has to get used at some point. We gotta use it just to make sure we don't die to the protocol. But the thing about the Sanctuary is that it does not last as long as I think most Mizukis would want. I think they think they would want it to last a bit longer. So becomes like the Ayari ultimate as well from Silly. Onto the Mizuki, finds the explosion, double kill, no hazard, no Mizuki either. Silly and Karma having a 1v1 here. Iggy overextends into Daniel's line of sight, gets a kill for Honduras again. 3 minutes left on the clock here. It's not looking good, but it's still possible to hold this forward. Oh, hold on. One more sights, please. On the Kiriko. I mean, they're just trying to find one target to let rest like the 5 seconds of infra you have left, and it's gonna be Clyde on the Shion taken down early. We can actually see possibly another kill from Daniel, who's looking over to the Emre. Rush coming in, but there goes Afara dead to the Diva, who has bomb. So you can see the repositioning here from the Diva onto the objective. It does get chained down, but here comes the Diva bomb. And no one's touching the point because the Diva's on the point and Cell is too far back. Downpour got a little too much. Hunter's got a little bit too overzealous with Cell getting really far down there with the Downpour, so we're gonna see that Malcolm come back. The brawl on third point Rialto is amazing. Clyde, again, taken down early by I Hate Widow. Very bad look for us. Big slam. This is where Benito might have to swap off Diva. Well, maybe. Malcolm is pretty well into it, but then there's also a far guy to contend with. The rush is here, but we can't really stay on for too long. Benito doesn't even have a bomb. Does find one exit kill before being demegged and then slammed down. And they are actually not going to try or attempt to stagger out the Diva here. Big spree, but dies for it. Oh, Pambi can't even get there for a touch, and Honduras make it all the way to the third point of Rialto. Oh my goodness. Oh, brother. We're about to get reverse swept. Oh, brother. But give me that ball composition again. Please. Give me the ball comp. This sucks. For DR, it really does. I mean, for anyone, it really does suck to be the ones that are in the like that were in the lead, and then you slowly start getting crept up on by like the other team. So that, as unfortunate as for DR, I think it's also a really solid learning experience is to have these losses if they do lose. Now, of course, we can't get the ball comp back because guess what? You are role locked. Pambi cannot go back over to tank. Then these Minidos cannot go back over to support. Clyde's gonna try again on the soldier, on the Xion. God, a lot of S names in this game. On the Xion, Iati and Kiriko both on the table here for Iggy and Silly. Which I don't hate. Silly is primarily a DPS player, so I do think that at least going to a support that is so DPS focused will assist in even just getting a little more of that DPS output. Now, if Daniel's back on the Widowmaker, it's very, very, very worrying. But it's the battle of the snipers. It's Hanzo versus Widowmaker. I would say 9 out of 10, Hanzo can win that because of that. One headshot, and there goes Widowmaker. Pretty much, she kind of explodes. Even a body shot and any sort of like follow-up will be enough to just send her reeling. The bar is so low after one shot from the Hanzo. I think the power of the Hanzo is going to be a lot to deal with. We did try seeing the Hanzo a little bit on King's Row. Unfortunately, it was very short-lived because DR was already very much on the back foot when it came to King's Row. Oh my goodness. We cannot be letting this Widowmaker get full sights on us. And they're keeping really hard track of this Widowmaker as much as they possibly can. But now here comes the Tracer and the Hazard both on the Kiriko. Susie gets burned out early. Daniel's still in the backline looking for a slightly better angle to hit the opposing team with. But no one's picking the Widowmaker at all. Dragon Strike is ready to be used. Clyde cannot die. I think there's a Tracer following up very quickly onto the Hanzo. And I would say that, but then dies. Thinking like Kiriko on the bridge here. Force a TP out. Everyone kind of stabilizes again for Honduras. Daniel's trying so hard to win that 1v1 against the Hanzo. Sights online, there it is, but there's a Tracer gone. And there's Clyde peeking one corner with a big old log, and there goes Daniel. 2 minutes left on the clock. All they gotta do is clean up the rest of the fray here. Looking for that Kiriko or the Mizuki from the back, and there it is. Double kill for Clyde. Clyde kind of going on a tear right now. Cannot lie. 4 minutes and 20 seconds. Not really gonna be a lot of time. I don't think it's a lot of time on Rialto. Personally. That's just me. 3-4 ultimates online here pretty much for Dominican Republic. For the side of Honduras, they are going to have Downpour, Tracer, Pulse Bomb, and Kakai Sanctuary. How impactful it's all going to be in tandem though, I don't really know. Downpour comes in, that's not how that works, so no one really got hit for it, unfortunately. I didn't even see like the red outline of Downpour come out, so a little bit of a misplay I would say from Honduras. We're gonna see another Dragon Strike coming through, cleaving the front line from the back line. So they should know that Cell is kind of all by themselves. I don't know how the D.Va lived that, but okay. Or the Pharah lived that, but okay. Deadass? Oh, you should not have done that. A little bit of a Hail Mary Sakai Sanctuary there from Bangha Persona, but we're gonna see a swap. Pero Angel is a hater. I love Angel. Love him so much. So with the Zarya swap, the Reaper, the Wuyong, I am seeing some real funny stuff from Honduras. Now, again, Clyde kills I Hate Widow's Tracer really early on. Zarya, though, is going to be able to help out a lot of these, help out a lot in just putting more pressure onto mostly larger the front line, specifically onto D.Va. Because what are you going to do? Defense Matrix my beam? Absolutely not. And the higher charge that we see Cell at, the better that we're going to, the better that's going to be for Honduras. Because what's DR going to do when you're being beamed down by a Zarya at Mach 5 speeds? Well, first we're going to try to see some pressure being put onto Daniel. The bubble gets used clearly, and then we are able to TP out barely in the nick of time. However, DR still moving the objective slowly towards that last corner of the point. Bob is ready to be used, but we cannot let Pambi die though. This Bob is going to have to be massive. Nice pressure being put onto the most of Honduras. The Bob comes in. The Tracer's looking for that Ashe, and although there's a little one happening in the meantime, the Reaper TP's in the same place and gets headshot by Iggy. That was really funny. What I don't like is that we use a lot of ultimates there for DR. Break that bubble. Kill that Zarya. Thank you. Iggy on a roll. Hold on. Nobody move. DR about to get more time than Honduras. Nobody moved. Reaper teleports in. We lose Clyde. We lose Bangha, however. Still possible. We still have the humble D.Va bomb. TP in. Kiriko has like no cooldowns though. Low key. Kill her. We have Suzu. Thank you for the Suzu. We have bomb though. Low key bomb this and we win. DR? Please? I'm sad. I'm sad because trying to regain all this space again from the spawn room is going to be a hassle. You don't have D.Va bomb. Well, you have D.Va bomb. You don't have Bob. Use Bob. You do have a rush advantage, but you have to go into a Wu Yang ultimate and the Blossom for Dominican Republic just to get around extra rounds. That's the only thing we're looking for is extra rounds here. Bubble Blossom is going to be the biggest kicker, I think. Unless you get headshot by Hanzo, and that's going to be like the end of the world for Daniel, unfortunately. They bait out Wraith Form early. That's amazing. That's one key cooldown, but it's only gone for a couple of seconds as here comes the Tidal Blast, here comes the TP in, there comes the Blossom, and it finds just Pambi, which is unfortunate, but not exactly the most devastating loss you could take. But you can see how far up Honduras do play after that. I mean, Cell finds the kill onto Clyde, then you're going to see Daniel trying to move up onto the Iyadi. Doesn't die for it though, which is amazing. Both heroes are going to have rush here as well, so Karma's going to be 4% away from one of their own. Iggy already has one online. Bomb is still held for about 2 fights now, but to be fair, the first fight couldn't use it, second fight kind of just got destroyed. Backline, Pambi, look behind you! Pambi! Oh, that's so unfortunate. Oh my gosh, wait, Daniel. Daniel, relax. Daniel's out of there. Not for long, though. Look for the D.Va. Look for the Zarya. Super low is the D.Va. Then it goes for the Tracer. Forces a blink. Oh, we're going to have to use bomb here just to remag. Oh, it sucks. It's so unfortunate. And Iggy still dies to the Zarya. We have grab. We have rush. I'm telling you, if we had just used bomb on the objective at the very last portion of 2 fights ago, that would have been the end. That would have been the end. Or if we had swapped from D.Va, you know, because the Zarya comp is so difficult to deal with. Clyde tries to go over to a Pharah. Daniel is right there to follow up on the Pharah very easily, of course. Rush from Karma. 30 seconds left. Bob is here, but Pammy has nowhere to go. Bob does get 1 kill on the Bangha Persona. Also have the follow-up of the Captive Sun as well. No Daniel. Hold on. That's really it, though. They have a Graviton Surge and a Pulse on that can be comboed together. I do not want Team DR to be so... Oh, never mind. Hold on. Hold on. This could be big. TP in does go Daniel, who has used Wraith Form. It's really all they have left. Barrage from the Pharah. Double kill. We get off the... We C9. We C9. DR C9's my objective? My DR C9 is my objective? They admit? No. No, what do you mean we get off the point? What do you mean we get off the point? We were doing so well. That would have been round 3 and 4. That would have been round 3 and 4. I mean, it's been 2 hours. I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's best of. I don't know. I don't know nothing. Producer, I don't know anything anymore. It's been 2 hours. I don't know. They want to do a best of 7, best of. I don't know one anymore. I don't know nothing. I'm just here. Clyde's like, GG's. I'm pretty sure they are done. I'm seeing GG in the. I'm seeing some GGs in the chat. I'm seeing. I think they're done. I think it's 3 a.m. for someone over on Team Honduras as well. So definitely don't want to keep anyone longer than I have to. Yeah, we're seeing if so we're asking the chat if we're ending the game. So we can end stream ideally. Ideally. Honduras team we're best of 5. I think that's fair. I think that's totally fair. I mean, they also reverse swept, so. Okay, I'm just waiting for the players to decide they want to do best of 5, best of 7. Originally it was supposed to be best of 7, but I know some the players a little bit tired on Team Honduras and they would prefer to do best of 5. But they're also down for whatever is decided. So I would say just let it go to a best of 5. Let it go. They did great though. I think both teams are absolutely amazing. I mean, Team DR clearly has the. They did amazing on Ilios and Servas. I mean, they boom, boom, boom. It felt like there was no stopping them. But then they couldn't really figure out how to deal with the Reaper, and also a couple of like comp structure changes from Honduras. Oh my god, is this the last part of AC9? Oh my god. Were they really that far? Were they really that far from the point? I thought the grab was a bit closer. Okay. They say they're gonna do one more, so it looks like we're gonna do one more. So this is a best of 6. This has become a fake best of 6. If both teams go 3-3, everyone wins, and we'll get the win to DR. No, I'm kidding. They're gonna go one more game. We'll see where we go. Actually, I know we're gonna go. DR choose Oasis. I want to go. Guys, I want to play Baldur's Gate 3. That's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting to play Baldur's Gate 3. I'm waiting to decide what they're going to do. If it's going to be best of 3, best of 5, best of 5 or best of 7, because we are waiting. What am I really going to do here? I can't tell them. I'm just a humble talker. And, okay, we're going for one more game for sure. DR going to ban Zarya. I will say, if Honduras wins this, me and producer, they win. They've made it to first of four. It's just first of four, and they're gonna make it to first of four if they win Oasis. I am asking Team DR, get your butts back on ball and Tracer, and just do not go one at a time against Daniel's Cassie. That's all I'm asking. Don't be crazy. They're just having fun at this point. This whole thing was for fun, yeah. The show match is just mostly just for fun, but I'm always trying to make sure that we are on, like, everyone's all good. That's pretty much all I'm always trying to make sure of. I don't like if anyone's just, like, even like a little bit upset about, like, being over time or anything like that. Like, I want to make sure everyone's all good. So, no, they're having a lot of fun. Like, they've been in this chat doing this all day. So, DR gonna ban Zarya. We're gonna go Oasis. I think Zarya's pretty much a good move if they want to continue having Bendissimo. Bendissimo. Who am I talking about? Minidos on tank. If they are gonna have that diva up, that is even better for them if they ban Zarya. And yeah, I'm just banging on Honduras' ban. I'm not really sure what they can ban from here on out. This might be where they want to ban Sombra and just kind of shoot DR in the ankle a little bit here. So that could also be the last option. But again, it's all for fun. It's a show match, so it's mostly just like, it's not a scrim or anything like that, but it is just like an unofficial, yeah, there's a Sombra ban. It's just an unofficial, you know, match between some of the countries that are representing Copa America SA or South America, which is amazing. So I know some teams, like, I think, of course, DR, there's Honduras, there's, I think, Peru, I think, is competing in it. You know, I mean, before I start making things up, I can actually talk about, I can find which teams are actually competing in it if I don't just, like, make things up like I usually do. So, we have Argentina, Honduras, Brazil, Nicaragua, Chile, Peru, Colombia, Costa Rica, and Ecuador also competing in South America, or in Copa America, South America. Which is a good amount, I would say. So it does look like for now they do have eyes on Benditos to stay on the wrecking, or stay on tank, play wrecking ball here. Have Pambi on Sojourn, have Kiriko and Mizuki from Iggy and Silly. Daniel, I mean, if you play Junkrat, I'm not gonna say no. I'm not gonna say no. You play Junkrat here. Oh, okay. So this is gonna be if this is a for-fun map, I think Honduras do definitely like get the win here in the best of 5. If DR gets to win here, if DR gets to win here and ends up tying, Honduras win like the show match, because they did win a best of 5 3-2. If Honduras win this map, they win a best of 7 4-2. I think that's the best way we can give a little bit of extra credit to Honduras. You have a lot of patience. Oh yeah, no. Girl. As Dominicans, I gotta be patient with other Dominicans. I really do. And like, I'm having fun. I'm chilling here. I'm watching my team compete. I'm part of Team DR. So I'm watching my people compete. I'm gonna try to cover all of their show matches. And of course others, because I love my Latin American countries, my people. So I'm very patient. I'm cool with waiting as long as I possibly have to, because I know at some point they do have to get in game. So I've had longer breaks. Oh girl, I've had 30-minute intervals. I'm like, what's going on? Daniel! Run, Daniel, run! The return of Mayhem Persona's Cat is here as well. The Malga is also to be played with from Cell. But like I said, I do think the biggest thing that's going to be a little bit of a problem is just a D.Va into the Malga, specifically because Malga is not going to want to have a lot of fun playing into D.Va. Neither is like Cassidy, really. So with that first kill on the board here in the Fifth Persona, there's a double kill likely onto the Cass and the Kiriko, who's also super low. Karma really dropping down towards half HP. And this is the team I was kind of looking to from Team DR. This is what I wanted from them, was more of this aggressive playstyle with the D.Va in tow, knowing you had things like DM, things like the missiles to stop any sort of aggressiveness from the other side. Now Daniel comes back, and it looks like Clyde kind of forgot about Daniel for a little bit there. So with that little bit of sloppiness from Team DR, we are gonna see a very quick, retake of the point here. Wait, mind you, hold on, I'm sorry, I'm blind. Honduras never lost a point. Even though Team DR, in my opinion, did win that first fight, they didn't lose the point, which is really interesting. Oh, my coconut water. I gotta open it. I'm thirsty. Diva bomb ready for Bentido. Bentido. I don't know why I said like Bentido like that. For Bentido. Your job is to go on Farah and cast duty. Very big jump to have, I can't lie. And Daniel with a find another kill. Whoa, we're gonna high noon the Lucio and the Soj, and we get a double kill for it? Oh, Honduras, the queen you are. Oh my god, the drive-by. Oh, poor 22imo. Unfortunate. Kind of exploded it, right? Yeah. Pretty much exploded. Then I get to use, we have Cage Fight, we have Continue Rushes, we also have Barrage from one Farah, because Clyde goes over to Echo instead. Rush from the field here, Karma's not going to mirror it, instead we're going to just reposition back on the objective, it's up back to the objective. There goes Widow though, or I hate Widow. Down goes the Farah, again to the Cassidy. Walking into the Cage Fight, a little bit of a brave task, but we can kill this on the cast, it'd be amazing, but we don't. Excuse me, I need to. My nose is itchy. Oh my god, we die with bomb? Oh, DR. Oh, DR honey. Oh, DR honey. What's going on? What's happening? What's happening? That point, I think. Well, that point and what else? That point and Gardens? Yeah, oh my god, I'm trying to like University City Center and Gardens. I'm like, what the hell? So, or downtown. Gardens, I think, are the two best points for this diva composition we are seeing from Team Dominican Republic. The problem is we're going to the second round of Oasis, and this is the one point that is going to really hyper benefit the Malga. You are going to see Honduras go over to the right side first, and Clyde sees them come up that high ground and leaves immediately. Immediately leaves. And then re-engages with a kill onto the Farah, quickly rectified by Daniel, unfortunately. And Daniel's trying to decide, do I want to go to the front line or the back line? So it's a little bit of a stalemate here from Honduras. We are going to see a little bit of a touch here coming in from the Malga, coalescing onto the Cassie for hopefully for a kill there. Suzu gets burned down early. There goes Pambi down by the wayside from Daniel as well. And point goes towards Honduras first. We just gotta wait. DR, they have to learn. They need to learn when to regroup and when to reset. And I think there's time to do that. Your backline is still trying to catch up a little bit here. You can see the Kiriko and the Cassidy are both a little bit far away from the Diva and where Ventidos want us to set up. So look how really split apart the Diva is already from the rest of your team. You see Diva on one side of the screen, the Echoes on the other. So of course everyone runs over to a team that doesn't have a tank with them. Like I said, I need to see a lot of adjustments to be made here because it does seem like we are just kind of walking into a lot of lost fights because we're splitting apart so quickly pre-fight. Post-fight, okay, do a little bit of rotations and pin string, all that jazz. But if it's not gonna work if you have your Diva on one angle and the other one and everyone else on the other angle. High noon from above. Even with the defense matrix, it still finds a kill onto the Bastion, but it's quickly rectified by a kill onto the Malga. The front line is no longer there for the side of Honduras. However, you've lost your DPS. No Bastion, no Cassidy. I'm gonna do a quick stat line check because we are at 65% of the objective here. Daniel, by the way, is 20-1. Just so you guys know. And still moving with grace, I will say. 100% moving with grace. 22-2. 21-2 now. Did my Diva come back? Yes, we do. We lose the Bastion, but you know what? Worth it. Catnap tried to find Vendido off the map, but it didn't work out. Pambi barely wins out that 1v1 against themselves, and I hate Widow. Yeah, you're dead to Deadeye. Karma also tries to go for last minute touch, but unfortunately kind of just self-staggers. Will not get the way of respawn with CFL, unfortunately, so you're waiting a little bit for the rest of the team of Honduras to come back. I will say, DR had the means to stay up, though. They had the means to push up if they want to. They do have the D.Va Bomb. They have Sound Barrier, so we can go into aggressive Sound Barrier from Silly if you really wanted to, and coalesce onto the Cassie, which I would love to see. If they can all kind of find that one target of the Cassie, they're good to go. They really are. Ooh, kill onto I Hate Widow, though. You'll take that every day of the week. Slam on from the Malga onto the rest of the team here. Daniel on the point, and off the point, booped out by the Lucio. Beautifully done. Great save from Silly, by the way. I'm gonna give a shout out to Silly real quick there, because Daniel was on the prowl to kill Iggy, and Silly was like, oh no. No, 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 no. You're not gonna kill my Kiriko right now. Not happening. This is what I'm talking about. DR have the resources to stay up. They have the resources to stay really far up in this fight. We're not playing a new hero. I have opinions about Demon. I don't think, even with the hotfix changes that she did get today, I don't think she's just strong enough to play right now against things like Malga and Bastion and D.Va. High Noon coming in. Good Sound Barrier, good cage fight as well. But Sound Barrier was a little bit more perfectly timed against the cage fight. Double kill, or at least, I'm sorry, a kill onto the cage and onto the Kiriko from Pambi. D.Va Bomb coming in from the D.Va. Go for a quick remake, but no touch to be seen, so... Oh, no, we got a touch. Yeah, we have it at 98%. Hello? Just stay on the point. Just stall. Your team will come back in due time. There it is. Good retouch here from Team DR. Splitting up the back line again with the Malga. Forces the retreat of the Malga. They flip. Ooh, that was good. That was good. Pulse-on from I Hate Widow onto nothing. Suzu negates it, and there goes Clyde dying to the D.Va. You're down DPS so far for Team Honduras. All you have is a Tracer. All you have is the Cat and the Kiriko. No Cat, though. Clyde finds the kill easily on the Bastion. Iggy has Kitsune Rush for his last fight if need be. We should push up with it, in my opinion. Point. Kill that. Give me that rush, give me that rush, give me that rush, give me that rush, give me that rush. Headshot onto the Cassie, looking for the Tracer. Boom, bam, bob. Bastion, 1 HP. Flip the point. Flip the point. Give me a rush. Thank you. Love that. Nice. This is gonna be a good cleanup fight. We're gonna go round number 3. Oh yes, we sure are. Oh yes, ma'am, we are. Round 3 of Oasis. DR, do they get a tie here, or do we go and give Honduras a 4-2 victory? Let's see. So back on Demon, new hero. I don't think she's strong. She does have a bug right now. I think it's still in the game. Let me know if I'm incorrect on this. I didn't test anything out when I got home from work, but post hotfix. But she does have a bug with her where her shield does not deflect damage. The top of her shield is not shielding off damage, so she will get like headshotted while she's shooting and all that stuff. And her damage output is overall was a little bit too low. And I do think for trialing, because don't forget, this is not only the Dominican Republic's show match against Honduras, but it's also some of their tryouts happening. And I don't think you want to try out for your team while playing the new character who has a couple problems in her own kit, a couple bugs in her kit. So I don't think Demon is really going to be the play here, especially when you're seeing the other team is running things like Hazard and Malga, Zarya, things that I think will be pretty annoying for a Demon to deal with. Ooh, Cat Bastion coming out of nowhere from Honduras. I mean, not even I really, but I wasn't even paying attention. I was talking about Demon. I was just focusing on Demon and how I didn't really think she's not really like all that strong. So Cat Bastion is extremely good on this third point of Ilios specifically, only because of the fact that you have such an easy way to constantly stay behind vertical cover in general. And then you can go back in to be really aggressive against the rest of the team. Now, Cell is in a little bit of a really bad spot. Like, we're going to run right through, not die for that, question mark. Instead, we're going to lose Clyde. Nice cat, a nice grapple from the cat. 70% to a bomb, didn't really get it. We're gonna get demeched here. Trying to get killed in the Kiriko. Had to reload though, so there's a TP out. And now Pambi is gonna get run up on. Oh no, poor guy. And a Lucio. Silly run! Silly! Around half of the point now completed for Honduras. All they need is one more win. They have Cage Fight, they have Pulse Bomb, they have 5 ultimates pretty much. I don't got this, although you can see all the check marks on the screen here. Pambi only has a Deadeye, no Fly. They fixed both bugs, I heard. Oh, good! No, amazing. Oh, big E on the Deadeye. High Noon comes in, puts a lot of that damage output onto the opposing Malga, but Daniel, they double kill. Cage Fight and Bastion Ultimate both being used here. However, it comes down to the Kiriko and the Tracer versus one measly Diva with Bomb, by the way. There it is. We're gonna use Bomb here. We sure are. What are we gonna do? Re-engage on me? No. Remech. Beautiful. And we get a kill onto Karma. Nice late kill there. But will we want to kind of stagger us back into this fight here for Honduras? That's the question of the day. The Tracer's gonna try to. You can see Cell kind of deciding to charge into the fray here, and that results in a nice combined kill onto Silly and Pambi, who's gone over to a Tracer of their own. To the Echo coming in on the Bastion ult duplicate here, looking for the Bastion, and then the rush right in the middle of the attack from Clyde Keys just goes off without a hitch. Honduras, they have done it. They have won the series in a 4-2 fashion, and they are the winners of the best of 7 show match against Team Dominican Republic. Shout out to some of those comp touches, by the way, because Daniel was originally on tank earlier and then swapped over to DPS halfway through. Swapped halfway through to DPS. So overall, very well done. So that's the end. That's the end of our amazing series. It was a really fun show match to watch. I mean, I had a lot of fun watching it, as I always do with these show matches. Let me leave my games so I can focus back on you guys. So with that in mind, DR, they do lose 2-4. I know. Don't look at me. We lose 2-4 to Honduras, but Honduras made a lot of really good adjustments. I mean, again, Daniel going off tank, going over to DPS, Cell going off DPS over to tank, having Benha swap in to play support as well. 3 very big changes that made all the difference, and Team DR, unfortunately, the ball Sombra Tristram no longer worked. They tried swapping tanks to go have a Diva. It just did have a little bit of success on round 2 of Oasis, but they couldn't recreate that magic of Ilio's first and second point, as well as map 2 of Saravasa. So with that being said, I think we are good to hopefully just close out. Shout outs, of course, to Grupo Senju for hosting Copa America, South America once more. Shout outs to my beautiful producer, Julian, who is here producing for 3 separate channels. Hello, that's a lot of work. Shout outs to all the teams for agreeing for a show match. So a little bit like last minute too. I mean, they just were like, yeah, let's do a show match, best of 7, call it a day, boom, bam, bop, right? So really big shout outs to Honduras and, of course, DR for coming together and doing this show match tonight. And again, shout out to Grupo Senju for even producing it, and of course hosting Copa America as a group. So that is all I have. I think I am good to say bye-bye, and we will see extra show matches happening throughout the season. Please be on the lookout. Follow Grupo Senju on Twitter, as well as follow, of course, the Copa America Discord server, where show matches and all that stuff get scheduled. Then you can talk to all the people that are part of it, and then tune in and support Copa America and our Latin American friends. So that being said, have a good one. Congrats to Honduras for the 4-2 victory tonight, and we'll see you guys for some more Copa America in the future. Oh, but I Hate Widow barely stabilizes, gets back to that mini room for safety. But Daniel with the first kill onto an unsuspecting Sombra, a double kill from the then retreats. Goes in, piles in against Lucio once more. Backline being harassed by the ball, both of which are now disengaging from the fight, allowing Clyde to get not much more momentum he can really take here as the side of Team Honduras. Love the slam. Lucio barely able to stay alive, but there's a kill on. Good. Awareness of ball players going right back in and out. Overclock from Daniel on the high ground, getting pelted by the ball, and there goes Bambi with a...
Esto termina ahora.
Somehow, some way, okay, Team Honduras, they are able to retake the objective pretty much wholeheartedly. You lose Cell, but we have the rush coming in from Iggy as well. I mean, that's pretty much just going to be a cosmetic rush because no one's in it. Unfortunately, Pambi is in the wrong rush. Karma used rush right on top, forced it TP out from Clyde. Wonderfully done. Stunning Blade, they got 2 last time. Can't get another one this time. They got half of Pambi's HP. The rocks in regional stuff in general. That was funny. Like, why did you do that? Why did you bring my Cassie to the Sundering Blade? Dime. Big slam, good lamp, and the Mago should die here is what I would say, but double kill for Honduras. Cell is staying alive despite everything. You're gonna see a little bit of pushing up from Honduras, at least until the bookstore, and kind of trying to push DR back as far as they possibly can, because they don't really want to, find it. I mean, Karma helps out, but it still finds it anyway. Ray. And everyone from Honduras is like, yeah, we gotta go. We gotta leave, if you will. One tick down. And also, this Mago dies for sure. Daniel comes in from the top, already going so low. I think tried this out for a Death Blossom, but dies to the cat instead. Yeah, I'm just gonna get out of there. Be seen, but cage fight coming in from Cell. No one's in it because it's actually forced out the Doomfist ultimate. Then the Catnapper maybe goes to Emo. And no one does. Blossom onto Iggy. Unfortunately, they kind of just saw how the Reaper bypass ball can kind of disrupt the initial flow. So yeah, I don't hate it. Just sheer momentum. When you're in the deficit, you have good ult economy, good ult charges, and good ult usage, and you completely make a complete comeback on. Tries to rotate around and set up for some of these backward dives. You can already see that it's got out easily by the Tracer. Now looks for trying to go for the Kiriko or the Malga. We lose our cat in the meantime, and there's a little bit of a contest, thankfully, but Karma, unafraid. I want to see a rush from Iggy every other fight, or every fight and a half. That's what I really like from as the red team. They have a hill. Oh, holy crap! Oh, the Malga. Oh, absolutely, but you're gonna die. Just lives through the fight. I hate Window. It's just I hate Widow, not Window. Is doing a really good job. Yes, I mean, oh, what a wait! The catnap canceled the cage fight. Oh, you are so good. But they have double kill from, and unfortunately, it's gonna be round 4 going over to Honduras because unfortunately, DR did not get to get it. And Bantino goes over to support. That's wrong. You know what I mean? So just put that out there. Iggy and Silly are now both on support, so interesting rotation here from Honduras. They go all the way around the coast side and they kind of come in almost at first objective here. Under a meter left, and there they go. No touch to be seen, and that's gonna be 4.5 minutes or 4 minutes and 45 seconds given back to Team Honduras. Raj actually from I Hate Widow that finds a double kill after the EMP gets expended. No supports here for the side of Team DR. From Honduras, because why would you want to full engage when you have 4.5 minutes left to play the clock? You're good. You can keep it going. Pambi is gonna have that override protocol. This thing most Mizuki's will want. I think they think they would want it last a bit longer. So here comes the Ayari ultimate as well from Silly onto the Mizuki. Big slam. This is where Venito might have to swap off Diva. Well, maybe Malgan is pretty well into it, but then there's also a Fire God contend. D.Va here. Big spree, but dies for it. Oh, Pammy can't even get there for a touch, and Honduras make it all the way to King's Row. Unfortunately, it was very short-lived because DR was already very much on the back foot when it came to King's Row. Dragon Strike is ready to be used. Clyde cannot die. I think there's a Tracer following up very quickly onto the Tanzo, and I would say that, but then dies. All they gotta do is clean up the rest of the fray here, looking for that Kiriko or the Mizuki from the back, and there it is. Double kill for Clyde. Clyde kind of going on a we're gonna see another Dragon Strike coming through, cleaving the front line from the back line. So they should know that Cell is kind of all by themselves. I don't know how. The Zarya swap, the Reaper, the Wuyong. I am seeing some real funny stuff from... Hold on, nobody move. DR about to get more time than Honduras. Nobody move. Reaper teleports in. We lose Clyde. We lose Bang. Please? I'm sad. I'm sad because you can see how far up Honduras do play after that. I mean, Cell finds the kill onto Clyde. Then you're going to see Daniel trying to move up on... Not for long, though. Look for the D.Va. Look for the Zarya. Super low is the D.Va. Then it goes for the Tracer. Forces a blink. Oh! We're going to have to use Bomb here just to remag. One killed on the Bangha Persona. Also have the follow-up of the Captive Sun as well. No Daniel. Hold on. That's really it, though. They have a Graviton Surge. What do you mean we get off the point? We were doing so well. That would have been round 3 and 4. The other side. Now, Daniel comes back, and it looks like Clyde kind of forgot about Daniel for a little bit there. So with that little bit of sloppiness from Team DR, we are going to... Very big jump to have, I can't lie. And Daniel with a final kill. Whoa, we're gonna high the Lucio and the Soj. Malga coalescing onto the Cassie hopefully for a kill there. Suzu gets burned down early. There goes Pambi down by the wayside from Daniel as well. Just stay on the point. Just stall. Your team will come back in due time. There it is. Yes, ma'am, we are. Round 3 of Oasis. DR, do they get a tie here, or do we go and give Honduras a 4-2 victory? Let's see. Zarya, things that I think will be pretty annoying for a demon to deal with. Ooh, Cat Bastion coming out of nowhere. Point of Ilios specifically, only because of the fact that you have such an easy way to constantly stay behind vertical cover in general. And then completed for Honduras. All they need is one more win. They have Cage Fight, they have Pulse Bomb, they have 5 ultimates pretty much. I don't got this all the are. We're gonna do re-engage on me? No. Remech, beautiful. And we get a kill onto Karma. Nice late kill there, but we'll yes, halfway through. Stopped halfway through to DPS.